Hey money movers! Today we are going to be talking about the difference in a market correction and a market crash. Now, I know I recently did a video on the importance of not panic selling. And I just thought this would be a really good topic to go ahead and branch off of that. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell because you're going to want to stay tuned and hear what I've got to tell you about this stuff.
So Nadia, what's up?
We making money moves.
Who making money moves?
We making money moves.
You making money moves?
We making money moves.
We making money moves.
We making money.
Now I'm going to explain, I just said the difference between the market correction and a market crash. A market correction occurs when a stock market goes down 10% over a period of time. That could be days, that could be weeks, and it could even be months. When there's a market crash, that 10% drop occurs in just 1 day, and it could be over 10% as well. Now I know that sounds scary, might sound crazy, because 10% or more is a lot. And it's a lot of money. It's your money, it's my money, it's our money that we're investing, and we don't want to lose money. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of things to keep in mind, a couple of tips, especially for new investors. There are things that are really important to learn. I don't want you to learn. I do think that learning from mistakes is a great way to learn, but when it comes to money, I would rather you guys not make the mistake. And you want to make money moves. You want to keep your money and you want to make more. I'm going to be telling you ways that you can come out of this making more money than you initially thought before the correction. And remember what I keep saying about how the market recovers 100% of the time. Now, one good way to protect yourself from a market correction or a market crash would be by diversifying your portfolio. That means investing in different types of companies. I talk a lot about EVs, and by EVs, I mean electric vehicles, like Tesla and NIO, those were EVs. And I think that that's really important, yes, but you need to diversify. You need to invest in EVs, pharmaceutical companies, tech, fintech, SPACs. If you diversify your portfolio right now with a market correction, I think, and Uncle Larry talked about it too, EVs and SPACs, they're suffering the most right now. And I believe tech companies are too. So it's so important to make sure that you are investing in different types of things because right now I'm not as diversified as I would like to be. So every time I go on and look at my portfolio, I'm like, man, it's still in the red. But you know what? Everyone's experiencing that right now. It's okay. We're going through it together and it will recover. But like I said, diversify that portfolio, guys, and hold. You should make sure you're checking your portfolio right now in this time and not obsessively. Don't keep looking at that numbers, but look at what you're invested in. I'm not saying look at the numbers. I'm saying look at the companies. Look at where you're putting your money and see if you need to remanage it. Maybe you did put a lot of money in one specific category and maybe now you realize, oh, hey, I should have diversified, or maybe I held on to things longer than need be, or maybe I was selling them sooner than I needed to. There's no, Uncle Larry always says, there's no crystal ball. There's no magic person that's like, yes, this is how you time the market perfectly. That doesn't exist. But there are times where we take a minute, take a step back, like this during this market correction. Take a little breather and look at what you've got and look at where you're putting your money. Ask yourself, are there more areas you'd like to expand to? Am I making good money moves? It's all important. Are you starting young or are you near retirement? Those kinds of things are important to think about when you're investing. This is why we always say we're not your financial advisors. We're not your financial consultant. I don't know what your situation is. You know your situation, and having a professional help you with that will be a game changer. These are just like tips from what we do. Uncle Larry is teaching me. I know you guys probably watch his videos too. A lot of you are probably here from his channel. And I really want to cater towards new investors, probably young investors too. We have a lot to learn. We're new to this. I'm learning. So don't worry. It is normal for the market to have several corrections. You know, you can look at the statistics and see how many market corrections there have been over the past few years. It's expected and it's going to happen. And I hate to tell you that because you never want to see, oh, you know, like things aren't going well, but it's realistically, there are just going to be days where the market is bad. It's also important to note that stock market corrections happen more frequently than stock market crashes. Now, it's a little tricky to explain why market corrections occur, but I'm going to go ahead and give it my best shot. I really want to help you all out in understanding what's going on. Market corrections occur when the market is actually looking very good, when it's upbeat, you know, when things are priced high. The stock market is a leading indicator, and if investors are too optimistic and the amount that they're investing is better than the actual economic performance, there has to be a correction. You know, it's nearly impossible to time the market. I'm always saying it, but this is why it's good to buy on the dips. You know, you want to buy when it's low, and then you can come out of it. After this thing ends, you'll come out making more money than you initially predicted if you're doubling down or if you're buying on the dips. If you don't panic sell, you're not locking in your losses, and that's so important. I know it sounds crazy. I keep saying it. Why would you want to buy when things are looking bad? But again, I'm going to paraphrase Warren Buffett's famous quote, "When others are fearful, I am greedy. And when others are greedy, I am fearful." So this means when the market is having a correction and most people are panic selling, have diamond hands. Now, what that means for new investors such as myself, I only learned this in my research lately. Diamond hands are when you just keep holding no matter what you see, no matter what the losses might be. As far as, you know, like when people are panic selling, you keep holding because you have faith in your companies. That's smart investment decisions. That's making good money moves, people. You want to have diamond hands. You know, that's how you get the wealth. So keep holding and buy more. Now is your time to go shopping on a sale. Market corrections are healthy and necessary. Adjustments are made for things that are overpriced, and it's created some great buying opportunities, especially in the beginning of this thing. A lot of the big YouTubers I follow, and you know, Uncle Larry is my mentor. If you guys have been keeping up with his videos, in the beginning, he made a whole video about buying on the dips, stocks that he was putting more money into. Now, a lot of us are just kind of sitting and watching, keeping things on our watch list, but it was like we went shopping and had a little sale. If you go to the store and you see a sweater that you love and it costs about $60, but you know that sweater should not cost $60, and you look at it, you don't get it, but you don't know if or when that price will ever come down. So let's just say you go back to the same store next week and you see the sweater and it's $40. Well, wouldn't you rather buy it at $40 than when it was at $60 and you knew it was overpriced? Buy that sweater at $40. I know I would rather have it then. The market, it's like the market. You know, it's always moving. You don't know when these corrections are going to happen, but you know that they are expected to happen, and the market recovers 100% of the time. Now let's move on to market crashes. A market crash is usually a bigger deal because it's usually due to a larger underlying economic issue. Like I mentioned before, the stock market is a leading indicator. So if you see a market crash, there's usually, it's usually more concerning. I shouldn't say it itself leads to a recession, but you would know that a recession may be on the way because it's a leading indicator. And like I said, a market crash means that there's a bigger problem with the economy as a whole. whether it's a market correction or a market crash, you're going to want to make sure you diversify your portfolio, keep your brokerage accounts funded, and keep on holding. It's, a lot of my friends have texted me and they're like, Nadia, what's happening with the market right now? Some of my friends have lost hundreds and some thousands. And, well, they haven't officially lost them. And this is what I tell them. So it's what I'm going to tell you guys. And it's what I tell myself. Don't sell, because if you sell, you're locking in your losses. You might see the red now, but you haven't actually lost that money because you haven't actually sold, or at least I hope you haven't, because I want you to keep those diamond hands. If there's anything I want you to take away, it's don't lock in your losses. Thank you again for tuning in. I know we covered a lot of what might seem repetitive, but I hope that now you guys know the difference in a market correction and a market crash. Right now, again, we are in a market correction. So keep holding, keep some stocks on your watch list, go back over your portfolio. And I live in Chicago. It's been nice weather we've been having lately. Take a break from the computer screen. Take a break from looking at that money, looking at those numbers. Go out, go on a walk, enjoy it. Enjoy life. Don't get too caught up in money. Regardless if you're making money or losing money, don't let money run your life. It's one of the best things that I think my parents always told me growing up. Because you can have money and you cannot have money, but you need to know how to keep yourself calm and remain calm either way, because emotional decisions, making decisions off of your emotions, are not the best way to live life. And that really applies to the stock market. If you just see things dropping and you're panic selling based off of your emotions, that's not good. So remember the tips that me and Uncle Larry have been giving you guys lately. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. We're making money moves. Have a good one.